Hi, my name's Jeannie and today I'm going to repot my 7-year-old avocado tree just behind me. I grew it from a seed and it's now getting way too big for its pot and the roots are sticking out to the top, so I need to repot it. Normally you're meant to repot an avocado tree sort of early springtime, but unfortunately it's pretty urgent and the winters get really cold here, so I want to do it quickly so it has a little bit more, you know, padding for its roots and a little bit more space to stretch out. I have an enormous 160 liter pot. I've chosen a plastic one because it's much more affordable and also quite a lot lighter. I'm hoping to one day take the tree with me, so it's really happy that it has some handles on it right here. I honestly didn't realize how big this was going to be, so I'm going to need quite a lot of compost for this, so I hope I have enough. In the bottom of this pot, this actually, because it's so big, it actually has holes here both on the side and the bottom to make sure that it doesn't get waterlogged. So to make sure that the soil doesn't fall out of the pot or slide out of the pot when I water it, I'm just going to put some weed fabric in the bottom to make sure that it stays in the pot. So I've got some just pre-cut fabric just here, so the water should pass through this fairly easily. It's a little bit bigger than a meter square, just enough to cover the holes and then a little bit more. So I'm going to put that on the bottom, then I'm going to put some of my homemade compost from my composter here in the back, and then I'm just going to add some horticultural grit to make sure there's good drainage and hopefully somehow get my beautiful baby here into this pot. It's quite big. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've put in the weed fabric just in the bottom. It's actually quite a lot. You could probably take a little bit less. It actually comes up to about here, so there's a lot. Hopefully the soil definitely won't be falling out of the pot. And I'm just going to top up with some compost, some horticultural grit, and some regular store-bought compost, and then just mix it all together, and then hopefully add this beauty behind me. Oh my gosh. So this bag is the horticultural grit. So I've just picked it up from my local B&Q here in the UK, but I'm sure any sort of builder shop or any shop that sells a lot of gardening stuff probably have something similar. So it's just basically like fine gravel. It's not like the smooth type that you can get in an aquarium. Apparently that's not very good for the soil. So I'm just gonna empty this whole bag in here and mix it up for good drainage. If I can lift it. So in addition to helping with drainage, this little gravel or grit is meant to be really good to kind of get a little bit of extra air in there, so it helps aerate the roots. So it's meant to be really good for root growth as well. So I'm pretty confident about the mixture of this now. It's pretty even. There's a lot of gravel, but since we're going to still add another bag of compost in here, the store-bought kind, I think it will even out and it shouldn't be a problem, that the amount of gravel that's in here. So I'm going to get some of that and put in, mix it up, and then push the soil to the sides to make space for this one over here. The pot that the avocado is in right now is actually a lot smaller, so I overestimated the size of the pot I needed, I think, but let's see, hopefully it goes well. I don't like bugs, don't laugh, so I just wear these really thick gloves, especially I don't like spiders and they are everywhere right now. Okay, so that was, I think, about half to a third of a 50 liter bag, so definitely will need some more. I'm just gonna start with this to mix everything in. So I'm just mixing all the pieces, you know, I can come together a little bit sometimes. Just kind of mix that up with all the grit and my homemade compost. Hopefully this is a winning recipe. So I'm gonna do the mixing with the little spade, or maybe it's a trowel, I'm not sure. Okay, I feel happy with that mixture now. So I'm just gonna make like a little dip in the middle to make space for the plant. Okay, so I think that's all good. And now comes the really interesting bit where I'm gonna try to get the avocado tree out of its pot. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Oh my gosh, it's already so heavy. Wish me luck. Okay, so there's a lot of space. As you can see, there's like more than like 10 centimeters from the edge on all sides. So I'm gonna need a lot of soil. That was heavy. Okay, so it has now gotten a little bit sunny. I got my sunnies out. Oh no. I've dug out a fresh batch of my homemade compost, and I've also got another bag of store-bought compost just here. I really hope that's going to be enough to fill up this pot, because otherwise I'll have to go to the shop and buy some more. So I'm going to start with my compost and just shovel it in, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so that's looking pretty good so far. I think this might actually be just about enough. Okay, here we go. I'm so happy. I'm gonna shovel some with the spade first, I think. This now. Okay, that's better. So yeah, the entire big deleter went in, and it's almost fully to the top. I'm gonna need probably likely another half a bag. I just pressed it together to compact it a little bit. And it's still a good maybe 5 centimeters, so just the level of the original soil for the avocado. Okay, so last but not least, I'm just gonna water. Oops, very sunny. I'm just gonna water the avocado here so that it's nicely moist throughout. Some of the compost, because it wasn't fully composted, is a little bit dry, so it does need a little bit of water. A lot of the time when you're gonna repot something, you're meant to actually water it beforehand. But I actually purposely didn't, because it was going to be pretty heavy to lift anyways. So ideally if you can, water it first, but I'm going to do it now. Oops. I'm just going to give that a little bit for the water to seep through. I don't want to overwater it right off the bat. So I'm going to leave it to sit a little bit. It's still mixing a little bit of soil. I need to go and actually buy some extra for that, so it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow, but it should be fine just overnight for that. I'm gonna cover the top because we have a lot of foxes, and our cat as well is big on digging, especially because the avocado has a lot of exposed roots just on the top. So I'm gonna cover that up to protect it from any animals in the mood for digging. So I've got quite a lot of this weed fabric, so that will work quite well to protect the soil. I'm just gonna cut about a meter square. Obviously the pot is round, so I will just fold in the corners, and then what I'll do is I'll put just some decorative stones on top to keep the fabric in place, and that usually works pretty well for deterring animals digging into the pot. Okay, so I've just got my square right there, so I'm just going to cut a hole roughly in the middle on the side into the middle for the trunk, for the stem of the tree, and then I'll just fold it around. These are just my decorative stones that I had on the avocado previously, so I just put them in here while we're potting it, so I'm just going to pour them back on to keep the fabric in place. So that's all done. It doesn't look fantastic right now. I've just done it quite sloppily just to keep the fabric in place, since I'm going to be taking off tomorrow anyways to add the last bit of soil. So, but I'm really happy with the result. Hopefully this one will stick with me for another little while, and you never know, I'm really hopeful eventually in the distant future sometime it will give me some very tasty avocados. So I hope you like this video. See you soon.